Hi, this is another quick tutorial on how to use Omnisphere. This time I'm going to show you how to make a trancey sort of plucky sound or big lead sound. What we've got here is the default, we just loaded it up, and as you can see it's quite a nice waveform. Anyway, let's go to our edit mode, and what we're going to do is we've got two layers here. And you can choose layer A or layer B, and you can either be a sample or a synth. So you can actually load up waveforms, or you can load in a sample. What I like to do to get that nice analog sound is, let's just come back out of that, is I click on sample, and if I press the keys, there's no sound. What I'm going to do is click on the screen, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to load in an original sort of old waveform. And I think I might use a raw saw. Minimoog raw saw, and this is just sampled off a Minimoog. As you can see, it's quite nice. Let's use 2 oscillator wide. There we go. And for layer B, as you can see, there's nothing in layer B. And again, I just load up a waveform, and this time I'm going to go for a Jupiter 8. And I go for a Jupiter 8 saw. Why not? And as you can see, it's kind of comb filtering there, phasing. Okay, so let's change our ADSR. Okay, so let's just layer that sound. And what I'm going to do now is change the filter envelope. So I've changed the amp envelope, and now the filter envelope. I've just turned the filter on. Now you can choose from lots of different filters. Some of these are fantastic. But I'm just going to use a standard basic 12 dB low pass filter. There you go. And I'm going to assign the MIDI CC to my modulation wheel. Okay, and again do the same for layer B. Just solo that. And again, turn the filter on, just assign the modulation wheel to this. There's probably a way you can sync them both to do exactly the same thing. Okay, so we've got the sounds. Let's stay with layer B. What I'm going to do is probably a little bit of wave shaping, if I want to. And a bit of unison, and why not? And again, I could probably do a bit of unison. And there you go, it sounds very, very, very analogue-y. Now that's quite nice. What we can do is we can layer effects in if we want. So we've got our filters there. What we can do is, if we want the filters to come down a little bit lower, let's just move. There we go. Let's go to effects. You can load in any sort of effect that you want. I don't know, vintage, EQ, parametric. I'm just going to load a graphic EQ. And just load up the brightness. Don't have to do that. I just done it just for demonstration purposes. And again, you can load up a proverb, easy verb. Just going to use any. It's a bit metallic sounding, isn't it? But you can use any type of reverb that you want. And there you go. You should have your trancey sort of sound now. And here's some MIDIs that I just prepared for you. And there we go. And if I wanted to, I could add a delay on. Very simple delay. Let's go use a stereo delay. And there we go. And that is a tutorial on just how to make some nice analogue-y sort of lead sounds. This is great for that. If you want to make the real sort of hands in the air trancey stuff, then there are other synthesizers, and this does it as well. They're a lot easier, like the JP8000, the Virus, and so forth. But to be honest, you can do it in this as well. I'm just loading up analog waveforms. If you wanted to, there's lots and lots of different sounds in here, that all these different waveforms, and that you can load to create a more modern sort of sounding trance sound. But I like this old analog type. Just my personal preference. Anyway, there you go. All right, end of the tutorial. Bye.